graves. Aldrich, saint of the deep. Farron's undead legion, the Abyss Watchers. And a reclusive lord of the profaned capital. Yon the Giant.
Hello guys, it's C&N Online here for a long-awaited game review. Today we are looking at Namco Bandai's final installment in the Dark Souls series, Dark Souls 3. The game is an action role-playing game set in a third-person perspective, like the other games in the series. The big improvement this time round was that combat and movement was faster and more fluid. This game puts more focus into the role-playing elements, in which the character building is expanded and weapons are improved to provide more tactical options for the players. Another big point is that magic is featured in this game, and we see a return of the magic systems from Demon Souls. This review was carried out with an Xbox One copy of the game, so let's get underway.
Nameless, accursed undead, unfit even to be cinder. And so it is that ash seeketh embers.
So what's happening this time round? The game is set in the Kingdom of Lothric, where the Age of Fire is dying out. You take the role of the Ashen One, who must complete a certain task to return 4 other previous Lord of Cinders, heroes who have linked the flames across eons, back to their thrones in the Firelink Shrine to prevent the Age of Darkness. But because the Lords decide to leave, the Ashen One must return their essences and powers back to their thrones by defeating them and returning their ashes to the shrine.
Though strangely, as much as you want to put the controller down and walk away due to the amount of times you'll die, you won't. The game strangely draws you back in, making you want to attempt it again and again to progress through the onslaught of enemies that the game will throw your way. At the start of the game you get to make your character, choosing from male or female as well as the class you wish to play. There's a good mix of different classes, each with their own playstyle, making a wide array of different methods in which to tackle the game. Here there is a playstyle to suit everyone. While in Dark Souls you'll come across bonfires. These are lifesavers, also acting as points of travel. Whilst bonfires replenish your health, magic and a few other perks, they do come with a cost. When you use a bonfire, the enemies within the area will all respawn. The main use for bonfires, other than healing, is to use them as fast travel points, so if you need to return to a previous area to level up, you can easily do this. This makes the game a little less tedious when trying to move between locations within the game.
In Dark Souls 3 there is no longer the humanity element, it ditches this concept entirely. In its place is a new concept. You begin the game in an unkindled state, basically a state of reanimation. You can become kindled, but you have to burn the consumable ember item. This is Dark Souls 3's equivalent of using humanity. When you die in Dark Souls 3 you get sent back to the last bonfire you visited. On top of that you lose all the souls that you have earned. You earn souls by killing the wide variety of enemies that are around the Kingdom of Lothric and finding certain items in the game. But it's not all doom and gloom. There is a chance to retrieve all the souls you have lost, but you must get to the location before you die again, otherwise they will be lost. You might get to the point, like we did, a few times when you think you're invincible and that you can take on anything that the game can throw at you. But at that moment, even the easiest of enemies will take you down. Always be on your guard, because Dark Souls 3 is not forgiving. By killing enemies and exploring the map you can find a good variety of weapons, items and souls that will make killing difficult bosses and leveling your character a lot more enjoyable and allows you to further progress and improve your playstyle. This makes the game worth exploring as you get good rewards for killing different enemies as well as exploring the huge world that Dark Souls 3 has to offer. The multiplayer featured in Dark Souls 3, like in previous installment, can come in handy. If you meet the right criteria, you can summon or be summoned to play with up to 3 fellow players and try and tackle the game together. It makes the experience a lot more fun and enjoyable, as you can have the aid of strong players to help you take down that boss who has killed you over 1,000,000 times, for example.
There is also a player versus player mode, where players can invade other players' worlds and play against them competitively. The invaded player is known as a host, while those are invading are called the client, and up to 2 clients can invade a world at once. Every player is on their own and will be likely attacked on sight, so if you're up for a big challenge, PvP is the way to go. Dark Souls 3 is rather confusing for us, due to easily getting lost, causing us to find ourselves running around in circles as we're looking for the next bonfire. Whilst this is a problem, it doesn't detract from the gameplay. If you ever find yourself struggling or lost, you can always use online features to summon other players to your world. Alternatively, the internet is full of many brilliant wiki pages. Most of the time you'll find yourself following the countless messages left on the floor by other players warning you of upcoming events or giving tricks and tips on how to progress. This is a brilliant feature as it encourages players to aid each other on their travels. A great feature also is the ability to watch how people have died in an area you're in previously, by going to their bloodstains on the floor and watching the ghostly figure replicate the tragic event that caused the death. You can just imagine the rage behind some of the deaths, though thankfully these can happily be avoided by learning from their mistakes.
As with the previous installments, the game looks stunning. The Kingdom of Lothric is beautiful and makes you want to explore every last bit of it, from the array of the different areas to the unique character and enemy design. This game, in our opinion, is probably the best one in the series, but each to their own. Now it's time for the positives and negatives. Positives: solid, challenging gameplay, great online features, looks graphically stunning and awesome role-playing elements. Now for the negatives. You die a lot, cause a lot of frustration and rage, and you'll quit plenty of times, but come straight back to the game later. Okay, maybe we didn't actually have any negatives for Dark Souls 3.
We would, no questions asked, recommend this game as a game to pick up. It's a challenging title and will make you walk towards the end goal, which gives a great rewarding and satisfying feeling as you progress and reach that goal. The mechanics are easy to pick up, and when playing the game you will feel immersed within its world. With the huge help of other players, this title probably has one of the most engaged communities, making it a pleasure to play. Be it help from the plethora of dead bodies on the floor or actual help to progress the area, there's always help from someone online. For the hours upon hours of gaming the title offers, it's worth every penny, being a solid finale to an excellent series. For the reasons above, we are giving Dark Souls 3 a well-deserved C&N score of 5 out of 5.
Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more C&N Online reviews. Feel free to leave comments down below and ask any questions, as we love talking to you guys. We will see you in the next video. This is C&N Online, praising the sun.
My feet are here firmly planted. I am the Lord, and this is my throne.
You'll face death, and it won't be pretty. Enough death to leave you broken, time after time.
Could this be what draws me to this strangely enticing darkness?
You remain among the accursed.